For all you horse racing folks that follow the channel, guys and girls, I know there's a few of you out there. I know I do a few videos on these YouTube online tipsters who I believe, as I say, for my money, just snake oil salesmen. We've done something on that earlier this week. We're going to do more at the weekend. In fact, after this message, I'm going to do something again about some of the people that have commented on this channel about some of those online tipsters. But firstly, I've just got a quick story I want to share that you might be interested in. I've been crying in my own beer, and I thought I'd cry with others. I thought I'd tell you this story. Yeah, I mentioned this story, when the channel first started about 5.5, 6 months ago now. It probably got seen by about 10 or 15 people, because at the time we had a very, very low subscription. It's not massive now, but it's getting higher by the day and by the week, and for that I'm eternally grateful. But yeah, I got an email off Bet365 yesterday, totally out of the blue. Didn't expect it at all. Absolutely didn't. But I was gutted. I've sent them a reply. Not the world's nicest reply, I must admit. About a few months ago now, I was putting on a couple of bets with 365. For those that bet regularly, they'll know what I'm on about. Those that don't bet on horse racing won't know, so just pass this one by. Anyway, I was putting on jackpots, the jackpot bet with the tote, and also the ITV7 place pots. And I was putting them on there with 365, and I tend to do them for very low stakes, but with lots of selections. Now, when you do the normal place pots on there for low stakes with lots of selections, it'll take almost as many selections as you want, no problem at all. But I found that when you were doing the jackpot and the ITV7 place pot, it would limit you to about 20 selections. Now, the ITV7 place pot, for those that don't know, it's got an extra race. The seventh race. So if you do lots of selections anyway, you want more selections in that. Anyway, I tried to put a couple of bets on a couple of occasions with 365 because that was my main bookmaker at the time. Don't do as much with them now because of this whole scenario. Don't do me place pots or jackpots there. Do them all with another company because the other company's more on the ball. Anyway, I realised that on 20 selections it used to bounce you out. And I tried to put a couple of bets on two different occasions because they kept telling me they'd fixed it. And I tried to put a couple of bets on two occasions, and it cost me, genuinely, it cost me about $6,000. When I say it cost me, I never lost $6,000, but I did put the bets on, and it wouldn't have been for thousands of pounds I was putting on by any means, although there's lots of selections there. That's what I would have got returned, I think, after mistake. And I was absolutely livid, because what I'd done, I tried to put the bets on. I tried on 3 or 4 occasions on the laptop. Then I've gone and tried to do it on mobile phones, and every time when you click the bottom thing where it lights up and it goes to how much stake you want to put on, it's to just keep wiping the bets away. And I was doing this for a while, then I realised it was only on ITV7s and on jackpots. It didn't do it on place pots. So I messaged them to let them know, and like all bookmakers now, you can't get hold of anybody. I say all. I think Boyle Sports you can still speak to. Good, well done Boyle Sports. I think Spreadex you can still speak to. I think you can still speak to Unibet, but I do very little with Unibet. There might be others, but the main ones, you can't speak to 365 anymore, you can't speak to Paddy Power anymore, you can't speak to Sky Bet anymore, or Betfair, or Betway, any of these I don't think. It's all typing out, and it takes forever. I was on with 365, I must have spent over 4 different occasions, upwards of 15 or 16 hours with them, typing things out, because you have to type everything out first, and then they say they're going to deal with it, blah, 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 and they can't sort it. Then they pass you on to somebody who can sort it, blah, 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 blah. Another hour later, they've not sorted it. Then they pass you on to someone in technical, blah, blah, blah. They can't sort it. Then they pass you on to someone that's going to take your complaint. And anyway, I did this, as I say, over a number of weeks. They kept saying there wasn't issues. They kept realising that there was. It was a software glitch. And they were saying, well, that's how they want to do it. It's fine the way they were doing it. And I said, look, you should sort it out. I said, you're losing money here. For those that don't know the way it works with the tote bets with 365 and all the rest, I think every time we put a tote bet on, say we put £100 on as a tote bet, I think they get a kickback of 10% from the tote for taking the bet. So there's like sort of 10 quid for doing nothing, for just having the platform there. The tote, they get a lot more money into the tote, a lot more money into the part, and the tote pay them. There's even, I think I might have even heard, if you have a win there, which is paid out by 365, but it comes out the tote part, I think they might get something as well when you win, which is crazy, but I think they do. But anyway, if you have a bet and it loses, they still get 10%. I think it's 10. Could be slightly more, could be slightly less. But it's a winner for them. I tried to tell them that they're losing lots of money because there'll be plenty of people that want to put the jackpot bet on and the ITV7 place pot that want to do lots of selections, and they're going to end up doing one of 3 things. They're going to end up just not putting the bet on, So the tote loses all that money going into the pot, and 365 lose their skim, which would be 10% or whatever it may be. Or people may put less selections in there. They put less selections in there, but what less selections mean is less money going into the tote pot, which also means less kickback coming to Bet365. Or, worse still, they'll go and do it with another betting company, which is what I did. And I now do, I don't do many jackpots anymore, but I do a lot of ITV7 place parts, and I do them all with somebody else. So that somebody else is getting all my money and getting my 10%, or whatever it may be. Anyway, we had, as I say, over about 3 months or 4 months, maybe 6 months even, we kept messaging back into. I was annoyed, and they kept saying they'd sort it, blah, or it was right as it was, blah, 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 and then heard nothing for 3 months. Gets a message in my account yesterday, dear Dave, blah, 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 we've now sorted out the glitch, it's fine. You noted that on ITV7 place parts and jackpots it would only take a certain amount of selections. Now it can take as many as you want to put in along the lines of everybody else. So we welcome you back to put the bets on as and whenever you want to. I messaged back saying, oh right, so I did all the work for you. I wasted 15 or 16 hours. I lost lots and lots of money and winnings I would have had. By the way, the reason I lost the winnings was, on the 2 occasions I was trying to put bets on, I've gone from there, I've done it now in last minute, because what I've done, I've tried to put bets and they've not got on, then I'm on live chat trying to sort it. And just before the off, I've realised I'm not going to get it on, so then I've gone to another company, it was actually Sky Bet. I've come to put them on in Sky Bet, and I'm putting it on, and I've not got enough money in my account, so then I've got to go to my card and deposit on my card. As I'm trying to do all this, the race goes off. When the first race goes off, as you know, you can't put the bet on. That was the bet that would have won about 4 or 5 grand, I think, on that one bet. There was another bet that would have won as well. Both the same kind of scenario. Now, it's not 365's fault that I've not got the bet on with somebody else. No, it's not. But it's 365's fault that the system hasn't been set up right to take bets right, and it can do it now. And I said to him, they mentioned they'd give me some compensation. Somewhere said, you'll probably get some compensation, but I think they meant 20, 50 or 100 quid. And I said, I don't want that. I said, you could give me, you're not going to give me what I've lost because I never put the bets on. But you'll see I tried to, and for me to spend this many phone calls with you and this many hours with you, it must tell you that I'm genuine in what I'm saying and doing. And I said at the end, I said, look, I want you to give me a sizable amount of money, but if you don't want to give it to me, just put the money in my account to bet with. Like when people joined you years ago and you used to get the 200 quid and you had to turn it over 3 times to get your money again. People that bet will know what it is. I said, put a good few quid in my account and make me turn it over 3 or 4 times before I can draw anything. And there's every chance the money that you put in my account, it'll all get lost anyway, because that's what us gamblers do. Normally we lose more than we win. So you might get your money back. Anyway, they never did anything. They're not going to do anything. I say, I got this message off them yesterday. Thanks for all your help. And we hope that now you're free to put more selections on. You know, we'll see you betting with these ITV7 play spots and the jackpots in the future. And I thought, unbelievable. Another example of how bookmakers, especially over the last 10 or 15 years, do not care about the punter. I mean, to be honest with you folks, I know you'll think I'm thick, you'll think I'm stupid and I'm a bit of a romantic, which I am to think this way. They could have given me a grand or two. They could have given me that and let me roll it over 3 times. It wouldn't have hurt them. When the company's making millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds, that would not have hurt somebody the size of 365. They could have said, hey Dave, here's a couple of grand. You know, we believe that, you know, you've not had us on. You would have won about 6 grand and could you got the bets on. You couldn't get them on because our system was failing you. Here's a couple of grand, it's a goodwill gesture, but you need to turn it over 3 times. It would not have hurt them. It would have gone a long way. You know, they don't mind taking grands and grands and grands of problem gamblers who end up sort of killing themselves and doing all this, that and the other to one another. But they can't look after the customer who's been with them probably about 10, 12, 15 years now. That's what they should have done. That's what they could have done. Because the way I see it is now, they don't need the extra money from the ITV7 play spots and the jackpots. A lot of people, as I say, will just do less selections. Many people that do them bets won't do as many selections as I do anyway. But over the course of the coming years now they've got it right, they will take more bets in with more selections and get more 10% kickback from the totes for just having that platform. And I've now helped them to do that. And what have I got from it? Absolutely zilch. As I say, another example of how bookmakers do not care about us. Anyway, I've been crying in my beer, as I say to myself. I'm now crying to all of you lot. I know everyone will think I'm mad for thinking I was going to get something off them. I know I never was. Maximum I'd have got was 20 or 50 quid, and that'd have been a joke. I'd have accepted it and spent it, but it'd have been a joke. It'd have been an absolute laugh. But They should have given me a good few quid. That is what they should have done. In fact, thinking on now at the end of this message, the last time we messaged over this was about 3, 4, 5 months ago. They might have given me 20 quid as a goodwill gesture, just for all your time and all your help, and just because we mess you about. They might give me 20 quid. They might not have done, but they might have done. I just accepted it. I just said it's a joke, it's ridiculous, but put it in and I'll spend it, because I'd do that anyway. I'm not going to say no to it, but the principle I think is wrong. They should have given me proper money. As I say, it would not have hurt them, and now they're making money on the back of the work that I've done over about 15 or 16 hours, constantly raising it, because that's what I had to keep doing. Messages keep getting lost, it never got sorted. Oh, we don't know about it, oh, we're not looking into it. No, the system's fine as it is. The last time they spoke to me, the system's fine as it is, we're happy with everything as it is. Then 4 or 5 months later, they send me an email, it's now all sorted. Well, as I say, had I not raised it, it would have never have got sorted. 365, thank you very much. Mrs. Coates and your dad, I hope you're all doing, and your brother, I hope you're all doing well. I think you are, I think you're doing pretty good, was it last year before, did you give £100 million to charity? I think you give £100 million. I mean, you earned about 300 million, but I think you give 100 million of it away. I tell you what, the 1 or 2 grand you could have given me to turn over 3 times in my account out of that 100 million, it's not a lot of money, is it? It's not a lot of money. It wouldn't have hurt you, really, would it? And I have bet with you for about 15 years, as I say, maybe more now. I still bet with you now, but not like I used to, because I've bet more elsewhere, as I say, because you've let me down. But you could have done that, couldn't you, Denise? Of course you could. Of course you could, love it. Of course you could. Wouldn't have affected you at all, but it'd have been a nice help to me.